As you can see right now, I have my Google Drive open, and this screencast is showing you how to upload a file you have in Microsoft Word to your Google Drive. The second part of this screencast will show you how to do the reverse, how to take a file you have in your Google Drive and bring it back into Microsoft Word. So notice here on the left, there is this up arrow key, and if you hover over it, as I've done here, Upload appears. So I am going to click on that button, Upload, and I want to upload a file. I'm going to click File, and then it's going to ask me to locate that file. Now, prior to the screencast, I did on my Microsoft Word go to the particular folder where I saved a file that I wanted to upload. But it's possible you might have to go and locate it at this point if you haven't prepared ahead of time, having Word open with the file. So here what I'm going to do for the sake of just demonstrations, I'm going to upload one of the model proposals that we've been looking at in our course. So this is a particular Word file that I'm about to upload into Google Drive. I click, I could double click or just go open, and watch as the process here is occurring of uploading it. Okay, now when it finished uploading it for me, notice that the icon here now is representing a Google Drive document, whereas here it's representing a Word document. It is possible, depending upon how your Google Drive is set up, the file might not automatically convert to a Google document format. So if that's the case, you would click on the Word version, okay, and at that point you might have to convert it over, okay. In my case, my Google Drive is automatically doing it for me. So let me go back here. Upload is completed, and now when I open it up, I click here. That paper that had been Microsoft Word is now magically inside my Google Drive as a Google document. Now that you've put your original Microsoft Word file into a Google document, first of all, you may want to change the title of it. So to change the title of the file, for instance, if you're sharing that document with me, I have a lot of people sharing documents with me, and if you have this kind of vague title up here, I'm not going to know who it belongs to. And so once it's in my Google Drive with the thousands of other files that I have there, it'll be a mystery to me who sent me that and what it means. So I do suggest at this point you consider renaming it. You can rename a Google document several ways. One is just to go to File and click Rename. A shorter way to do it, though, is just go like this. Just click on the title. And so in here you would put down your name. I'm just going to use a sample here. And then you could continue to rename it. But again, if you're sharing with a person, make sure that your naming of the file is clear. So when the person has it in their Google Drive, they know what it is. In this case, I might even want to write down the course. Okay, now that file is in your Google Drive. Google Document automatically defaults to making your Google Documents private. So if you're sharing it with somebody and you want them to either view it or edit it, you need to change the settings. Notice right now there's a lock where it says share. So if you were just to send me that file, I would not be able to do anything with it. I'd get an email request saying that I would get a request saying that I need to seek permission from the person sending it to open it. So to circumvent that step, to make it easier for the person you're sharing it with, it's a good idea to go over. You could either use File and go to Share Options, or you actually could click here and change your share options. So you could do it, as I said, either way. So I'm going to go, I think if it's the first time you're doing this, it's probably easier to go to File, go to Share, and you'll be offered several options. So for our class, it's probably best, unless you really don't want the person you're sharing it with to do any commenting or any editing to it, it's probably best to go to the highest level of sharing, which is allowing the person you're sending it to edit it. Okay. If you want the person only to be able to write comments in the margin and not get into your text very much, you would write can comment, or select that rather. If you want the person only to view it, you would select can view. Okay, so I'm going to go back to can edit. Now in this case, you're sharing that document via email. So in here you would type in the person's Gmail address. The other possibility is, and this is what I do on our website when I want to post a link for the whole class to go to the Google document, I click here and I get this very long URL, which I then use to make a hyperlink. I don't give you that very long URL. I actually type in some text of what it represents, highlight that text, and then paste in this link for you. But for now, we're not going to do it that way because you're just sharing, let's say, the document with me. So I'm going to cancel out of that just for a minute, go done, and let me review that again. You go File, Share, and before you were to send it to me, in this case, let's say it's a paper that you want me to provide you feedback on, you would go Can Edit, and then you would type in my correct, or if you're sending to a peer in the class, that person's Gmail. Remember, using Google Documents, you do need to have a Google account. So it's easiest if you just send it to the person's Gmail. Now notice, before I send it, I have my name here, the person I'm sending it to, the Gmail account, can edit, and then I can type in a message. Whatever the case might be, and then you would hit send. Okay, and it tells you it's shared with one person. If I went to my, and let me show you what that's going to look like. I'm going to log into my Gmail. Okay, it hasn't arrived yet, so I can't quite show you how it looks. Let me just try it one more time, because I did seem to have gotten a strange message there. And if it doesn't pop up in my Gmail now, there just might be a delay in timing. My Wi-Fi connection, for instance, might not be that strong to bring it in. Okay, there it is actually, okay? So what happens is I get an email that looks like this. When I click on that and I open it up, it's now in my Google Drive. And because you sent it to me in a format, or in this case I'm just sending it to myself, it does mean that I can go in and, for instance, make a note here and then go insert, and I can insert a comment, and it pops up on the side there. Okay, now I did say I would also show you how to, I'm going back into my Google Drive, how to take a document that's in your Google Drive and bring it back into Microsoft Word. So very often I do end up doing my composing in Google Drive because I don't want to have my documents residing on my own computer in Microsoft Word. And so it's easier for me. You know, sometimes I will use Microsoft Word, and if I need that document, rather than email to myself, I'll upload it into Google Documents just like I showed you. But let's say now I have a document in, and I'm going to open it up. I'm just going to take this one hypothetically. And let's say for some reason or other I want to bring it into Microsoft Word. I don't want to continue to edit it for some reason in Google Documents, and I just want to have it in my own computer for whatever reason. So to take that particular document now, this is the one, okay? And I want to bring that document back into Microsoft Word. Okay? So now what I would do is go to File, and the option is called download. Okay, and it says download into Microsoft Word. Okay, if it happened to be a Google slide presentation, for instance, you can download it back into PowerPoint. But in this case, I'm just going to download it for the sake of just showing you how to do it into Microsoft Word. And my Microsoft Word will pop up. It might open it up right away in Word for me if I have Word open already. If not, I might have to open Word. Okay, I had Word open from before because I was uploading from Word to Google Documents. And here's my document. And then once I open it, I could save it. And I like to put things in file folders so I know where they are. Okay, so I'm going to go Save As. And then what it did is it just downloaded it to my computer. But to put it in a file, I went Save As. And in this case, I'm going to find a file photo, which will be the one I'm using for your class. Okay, and that would be, in this case, ED 515, that's Farmington, in our cohort. Or if it's my other class, it would be 515, Fall 214, that's for my on-campus section of this course. So let me just for now put it into either one. It doesn't quite matter. And I would save that. So that's the way you can take a file that you have in your Google Drive and bring it back into Microsoft Word. So let me go back now to my Google Drive. And I wanted to quickly show you one other thing. And I'm going to show you really briefly how to create folders because your Google Drive can get very crowded looking. So if you go to this little button, there's an option called Folder. And just for now, I'm going to create one with, I'm going to call it 123 Demo. Okay? Create. And you can see it's up here. Now to start to put items in that particular folder, I could either drag and drop them, or I think initially most people would probably find it easier to do it this way because if you're not good with dragging and dropping, you may end up putting in the wrong folder. So you can click here, and up here there's an option, it looks like a folder, move, and I am going to put it in that demo folder. Okay? And now when I go into that demo folder, notice it's just showing me that one file. It's an easier way to look at where you have placed information rather than having a whole long list of files. So let me go back to my drive for a minute. And notice, again, there's that file folder, okay, because I just created it. But if I click here, it shows me all the file folders I've created. And of course, I've created quite a bit. And I like to color code them. It makes it a little easier for me to find. So for instance, this semester, I'm teaching 2 sections of 515. This is the cohort section. And work that I need for that class, I put in that file folder. Work that I need for my on-campus class, I put in this folder. So if I click on that one, for instance, you're going to see work coming in. And some of these are students' names of files that they've shared with me. And I would put them in that file folder as soon as I get them so I can easily find them. So that's really the basics of using your Google Drive. Again, if you have a Word file and you need to upload it, use the arrow key and you go find the file. On the other hand, if you need to send a file to Word, okay, let me just click on whatever this might be, which I believe is a syllabus. Okay, and now if I want to download it to Word, going in reverse, it's taking a bit for it to load. Okay, there we go. File, download as. I have really too many files open right now, so let me close a few out. Okay. Now I'm back to this one and I want to download it. Download as, and I would select Microsoft Word, put it in my Word files and put it in an appropriate folder so I can more easily find it. Because if you just download it into Word, it's just going to put it in a generic folder called download. So it is important when you're downloading is to really take the time, once it finishes downloading and it opens up, assuming you have Word open, is to really go to Save As and put it where you really want it to be. Save it in an appropriate file folder. Because notice right now it's just going into this generic folder called Downloads. So go to your documents, and your screen's going to look a little different. I'm working on a Macintosh, and possibly are working on a PC and have a different version of Word than I do. But at this point, make sure you put it in a folder that's appropriate for your needs. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope that this screencast was helpful to you.